Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special Valentine's Day episode of Hunter the Reckoning over here on Rolling Nomads. I, of course, am Gilbert Ramos, aka Ramos the Nomad. I will be your storyteller for this evening, but you didn't come here for me. I know what you're really here for. Let's go ahead and jump into this right away by meeting our players, shall we? And we'll go from left down to right. Let's start with Az.
Hello, everybody. I'm as I was on the social media because I think I'm funny. My pronouns are they, them, and today I will be playing Jade Henry of the Marshall Creed and Atonement Drive. I'm also the previous intern here, but you don't need to know about that.
Excellent. Very much happy to have you, and I wish you would stop saying previous intern. I wish you would. We'll get to it. It's fine eventually. But of course, thank you for being here. Let's move over to Tracy.
Hello, everybody. I am Tracy, also known as Miss Magitech or MagiRPG on the internet. It's my first time on Rolling Nomads. I feel like this is wild because, I've been following you guys for so long. I've been a fan for so long, and now I get to actually be part of the crew. So I'm very excited. My pronouns are she, her, and tonight I am playing Chloe Bishop, who is a entrepreneurial hunter with the Curiosity Drive. She's a hustler. She's a girl boss. So I'm very excited to play tonight. And yeah, that's me.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure to have you. And we'll jump right over to Avery.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Avery, at Avery DuBois on all of the social media platforms, including Twitch, where I should stream more often. My pronouns are he, they, and this time zone I will be playing another he, they, Tommy Rollins, the Underground Creed with the Envy Drive.
Excellent. Always a pleasure to have you. Welcome back. I am blessed to be able to ST for you this time. Let's jump over to Nikki.
Hi everyone, I'm Nikki, also known as Crafty Mirage on all social medias. My pronouns are she, they, and tonight I will be playing Reina Moreno, she, her, a faithful Creed Pride Drive hunter. Also my first time here.
Very, very happy to have you. Thank you for being here. And of course, last but not least, Vin.
Oh my gosh, hi! I'm Vin at VinVoxVA on all the socials except Blue Sky, that is VinVox.com. My pronouns are he, they, and tonight I'll be playing Arson, it's. They are the Inquisitive Creed with the Envy Drive. We are twinning tonight.
Excellent. Always a pleasure to have you. Welcome back and thank you for being here. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into Hunter the Reckoning, Power of Love. Las Vegas, the city of sin, is home to many things, many vices, and many unseen creatures. But we're not focused on them right now. Instead, we are focused on a particular group. We'll go in the same order as we did our introduction. Those of you in the cell, I would like to ask particular questions about your situation. You are all, I would say, quite close, is a good way to explain it. But there is one individual that is kind of the, I wouldn't say focal point, but has a deep connection to all of you. Your companion, your partner, Oakley. Now, Oakley's been distant lately, and this is very much unlike Oakley. Hasn't been coming around as much, hasn't been in the shared home, has kind of dismissed themselves from group activities, and has been just concerningly distant. I would like to take a moment as we get into this, seeing how you all react to this type of behavior. And we will start with you, Jade.
Jade has gotten everything in the house, prepped and ready. Make sure that, everybody's taking care of themselves. and has been texting Oakley like, so hey, do you need anything at the grocery store? I got that soy milk you like. Movie night? Did we do something? And then starting to contact other people, other friends, and seeing if they've heard anything about Oakley.
The general responses you get from these text messages are usually, before this recent turn of events, have been enthusiastic, of course, I'm hosting, or, something along the lines of, like, I'll of course be there. Now, lately, it's been, if I can. I'll see if I can make it. I'd like to. I'm just busy. And when they do show up, it's like they're not really there. It's like their mind is somewhere else. It's a big change. As far as Oakley's other friends, they have noticed it too. They think that perhaps it's a new job or a new hobby that's kind of overtaking. But no one really knows for sure. They've stopped talking to everyone. And with that, I'd like to move over to Chloe. How do you react to this?
So Chloe keeps herself pretty busy day in and day out. She has a podcast where she reports and talks about encounters with the supernatural. The podcast is called Beyond the Veil, and Oakley is one of the biggest supporters of this job that Chloe gets herself into. They listen to every episode. They usually leave a comment on the video when it's uploaded, one of the first comments, and haven't seen the comments, get any texts of reactions to the podcast. And Chloe has obviously noticed it quite a bit, and despite that, has just, when somebody who likes to really be busy in their work will continue to be busy in their work when they're troubled by something. Chloe's very troubled that Oakley's been distant, but has just been kind of focused in on the work and just doing nothing but that, and is trying to just ignore that problem that is glaringly there. So that's what she's been doing.
So I'll ask you this. If and when Jade comes to you and shows concern, what is your response?
Probably avoidant of it. Like, I've just been busy and but that may be a sign that there is something wrong, and perhaps Jade picks up on that a bit. But Chloe will be very avoidant of it.
Understood. We pass our sort of emotional microscope over the next to Tommy.
Yeah, I think the nature of the relationship between Oakley and Tommy is very physically charged. And so all of that energy is now struggling for an outlet. So of course, I'm sure everyone else is tired of the "you up" texts from Tommy, and other than that, I think Tommy finds themselves doing the things that Oakley did around the house, cleaning up, making sure that the communal spaces are tidy, shit that is very out of character for Tommy. He was very live and let live. Your space is your space, and I'm not gonna... Any space we share is up to your proclivity, and it's taking a much more kind of off-color role in the home, and is just trying to make sure everything's neat, because maybe Oakley's mad that they leave so many messes around, or maybe Oakley's just pissed that the last time they came over, Tommy was a little too stoned to get into anything too physical, and they're just trying trying to manage their own shit for once.
It's an interesting way of dealing with it. Thank you. Move over to Rena.
Reyna is probably mad more than anything. Probably a little confrontational, whereas some would leave Oakley to give them their space and everything. Reyna's not one to do that. She believes in open communication, and she believes in getting down to the root of the problem before it becomes too big. So it's a mess of text messages and voicemail saying, hey, you can't just keep doing this. You can't keep blowing me off. We need to talk about this. If you have a problem with me, just say it.
The responses you would get right now are just, no, it's nothing you've done. I'm just busy. It's fine. We're all fine. I'm just busy. It always comes down to
And I don't
just
believe
busy.
you. And Reyna does not believe him.
It's a repetition. And I'll be honest, it gets old. But what can you do? We jump over to arson.
I feel like Arson is like the polar opposite of Chloe, where she becomes a workaholic. Arson is a couchaholic. They haven't found the basement in what could be possibly days or weeks. It's kind of self-contained down there. And knowing that Oakley isn't answering anyone and like all the conflict, it's just buried in anime, in books, and plushes, in all the comfort, and hopefully the storm will blow over and everything will be okay again.
Hope. It's good to have.
Hope.
Indeed, it's good to hold on to. And for 2 weeks, all of you endure this. For 2 weeks, you endure the change. Some of the pleading, some of the urgency of just, we're here for you. And for 2 weeks, I'm just busy. I guess I didn't do anything. I'll be around, I promise. Promises that never fulfilled. And then they're just a no-show. One day, and then a second, and a third. And then one of you, say Reyna, you get a text from one of Oakley's friends from school. Not terribly close, but they've been around for a while. They've kept in touch since school, and you get a text from an individual, Tyler. He says, have you seen Oakley?
She'd respond back, no, not for a few days. Why have they not been at school?
No, they've missed like classes for like 3-4 days now.
They never miss class.
Yeah, they're not answering texts. And I was gonna swing by, but I didn't want to like just drop in on you guys, so.
I'll check in with the others, see if they're up for visitations. And then step out of my room, and if anyone's in the communal space, just announce that Oakley hasn't been to class.
And we'll take this moment very quickly to get everyone's physical appearance. What does the world see when Reyna steps out, or whoever is in the communal space?
Reyna is a mixed Latina Caucasian woman with dyed purple hair, very punk clothing, and wear makeup when she has it on is very colorful but still grungy. She always wears a amethyst quartz medallion around her neck. Very rather attractive woman. Green eyes.
Excellent. And whoever is in the communal space, as we go into this dialogue, if you want to give your description of your character, by all means.
Yeah, I think Chloe is out there. She's on her laptop with like a coffee next to her, and she's typing away. And she is she's about 5'6", reddish orange hair, glasses, well kept, wearing usually like sweater and like kind of nice casual clothes. Tries to keep herself well maintained, but you can see that there's probably some sleepless nights. There's a bit of the bags under the eyes, as she just is always working, it seems, and she is right now. So when Raina walks out, she's listening with one ear and still typing away.
Jade is sitting at the kitchen table, taking apart several guns and cleaning them, because she's not sure what to do because Tommy's been cleaning. And what you see is this woman that's got on like the cargo pants with the multiple pockets and some sort of cut off shirt. Like, looks like she hasn't been sleeping, but tried to put herself together.
I think Tommy is kind of passing through the communal area. They've got a few like board games in their hands, and Tommy's about 6'2", 6'3", emaciatedly pale, like the dangers of being a corpse level pale. Kind of dyed black hair, multiple facial piercings. Kind of those eyes that are so dark brown they're almost black. He wears kind of heavier clothing, skinny jeans, Chuck Taylors, and he has a pretty big like silver signet ring on his left index finger that has a horse inside of a sun, kind of emblazoned on the surface. I think he just says, were we still down for game night, or wait, did I miss something?
I think Arson is doing the walk of shame with ramen bowls and glasses and cups stacked neatly. They are at Hot Topic clearance bin circa 2013. Just fandom things, anime, Overwatch hoodie. It is just kind of shuffling out when they hear the announcement. Puts the dishes down. What the fuck? What?
Tyler texted me, said that they haven't been to class. And they were going to come over, but I wanted to check in to see if you all were okay with that first before allowing them to come over.
Like, at all? Like, not... No, like, how long has... And the whole
Several
time
days.
Kate's just cleaning the guns?
It's been a few days, about as long... and then she'll just text Tyler, how many days exactly?
He texts back pretty quick. 4 days.
Been 4 days.
Okay. I'll admit that is a little concerning.
It's been concerning, Chloe. I told you something was wrong.
Yes. I just figured they just needed some time and needed some space. But obviously if they are missing class, there's something bigger going on here. So we need to figure it out.
They won't talk to any of us. I've tried.
Okay, so nobody has heard from Oakley, or had a conversation other than 3 words.
It's
Everybody-
fine. I'm fine. We're good. I'm just busy.
I'm
I'm
just
just
busy.
It's not
busy.
you.
I'm just busy.
Okay.
You all had that conversation too. I thought it was just me.
Tommy, not just you, with
All of us.
Shit.
I mean, I'm good with Tyler coming over. If he wants.
Yeah, I think it would be good. Anybody who has any details, we need to figure it out.
She'll send a text message. Tyler, come on over.
Well, while you guys are playing with normies, I'm gonna check police reports, security, all of that. Take this shit seriously.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make a few calls if everybody's okay with that.
Yeah.
That's way over the 48-hour mark. I don't like that. That's way too far. That's something.
Man, this shit, I hear about this shit all the time. We talk about this shit on the podcast. I like the fact that it's actually happening to us.
Oh yeah,
It's-
the body snatchers episode.
Oh my god, please, it's just weird that this is actually, you know what, I'm not gonna think about it.
I mean, it's content if we want to be on the bright side.
I'm gonna make some
Arson.
coffee. I'm gonna
Yeah.
make some
It's-
coffee.
I mean, it
I'm in
is.
him.
It is right though.
Okay. Let's just, do we need to, clean up a bit more before Tyler comes,
Maybe
or
put
are we
the-
going?
Jade, maybe
Yeah.
put
It
the
is-
guns away.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and just make sure they go into various places.
But also put the guns away. Find a shirt or something.
Tyler Quaid
Never.
is a companion of Oakley's from school. Oakley goes to UNLV, and like I said, they're not terribly close. But I will leave it to you guys to decide how close you are all with Tyler. Has Tyler been over to this abode before, or do you guys keep this relatively private, especially with the guns? Is this more private?
As long as he doesn't go in the garage, it's fine.
Yeah, I
Converted
feel like
garage.
I feel like as long as they don't go, the garage is off limits. We've had people over for some board game
I was gonna
nights,
say, yeah,
Like
the
some-
occasional game night.
some
Tommy-
TTRPGs.
Tommy is
Yeah.
insistent on Clue at least 2 nights a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do I need to pack the bong or what kind of visit is
No.
this?
It's a we're getting information about our partner who is missing visit.
Yeah. That doesn't. I don't think.
If you
want
wanna
us
pack
from the
it-
bong.
If you want to pack it for yourself, for your comfort, that's fine. Tyler's chill.
Okay.
Tommy, when's the last time you ate?
5 minutes ago, I ate a whole bag of Cheetos in my room.
Not a meal. That's
She's gonna text
Cool.
Tyler to bring some Taco Bell and Venmo him $20.
Calorically, it counts.
And
you need
Tyler
a
does.
vegetable. A vegetable.
Tyler does bring over some food. You guys would learn from Tyler that, of course, like I said, Oakley's been gone for 4 days. The 2 weeks of sort of distance from you guys apparently has been happening, like I said, to everybody. This school, they've been coming on and off and missing classes. They've been sleeping in. When Tyler's gone to check on them, they've had the curtains drawn, newspaper kind of pasted up against the window to keep light out. It's as if they flipped a whole script and went full night owl. But they weren't missing, not until 4 days ago. And that's all Tyler knows, really. Now, very briefly, we'll jump into kind of time skip. how do you guys go about this? I know, Arson, you said you were going to listen to police reports and stuff, but for 2 weeks, Tyler will be missing. For 2 weeks, I'd love to know what you guys do about it.
Chloe, I need you to scour the internet for Oakley's picture. Just anywhere, like anything. Arson, you too, if you can.
Yeah. I will do some looking and researching, and I'm gonna even try to, like, this is slightly violating their privacy, but hack into, like, their social media account, see if I can, like, guess some passwords to, like, try to just figure out where they might be. Just gonna do any sort of research that I can for this.
Find my phone. Get there, find my phone.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that Tommy is just gonna call all his boys in the club circuit and be like, "Yo, you see my boy? Here's a picture. Disregard the state of disrobe. Have you seen this dude? If so, let me know." Just like constantly on the phone, and then, like going to the skate parks that him and Oakley go and skate at, and just kind of hitting the beat on if anyone has seen this man.
Raina is probably going to be checking in with her activist groups, all the various ones, seeing if they've maybe popped in through them or if any of the volunteers have seen Oakley.
Arson is going straight for the perks. I have watching Big Brother. The hunter is able to not only gain access but also manipulate digital surveillance footage, editing people out or adding them into the records. We are checking like traffic cams, the university cameras, places they would typically frequent for information, or at least like a site of Oakley.
Understood. I'll be very clear. You guys absolutely may use some perks about this. You guys can do a skill about it. So with having all your guys' intentions, we'll start with you, Arson. We'll jump into that, and we'll get a roll from you. Detail the effect. Is there a roll tied to your perk?
Yes, that is intelligence technology.
Because you and Chloe are doing something very similar, you guys can either make separate rolls if you guys want to go about it differently. There will be no negative of doing this separately. Or if you want to make life simple for yourselves, you can simply grant the help action or advantage by adding an extra die.
Yeah, I'll assist Arson.
Okay, that is 9 die.
Nice.
Okay. Big money, no whammies. 5 successes.
5 successes. So, blending kind of both of what the plan of attack for both of you guys. First of all, starting with footage. Easiest thing to do is to get into UNLV's CCTV footage. Love UNLV, not the greatest systems. No tea, no shade. But you can basically have Oakley's class schedule from Tyler. And going from there, you can just basically plan the most direct route. Oakley's not lazy by any means, but there's a certain mentality that you have when you're a student on campus of, I need to get from here to here, point A to point B, in the most quick route, no detours, the most direct path. With that, you can check the cameras, and going back far enough, you can see their route, the route they would normally take, and then going closer to your time right now, they begin to deviate. It takes you a minute to check cameras and get their new route. They walk with an individual that is definitely not a student, maybe a faculty member. Older gentleman, is dressed more so for club attire, based on the, popping of the collar and the open chest, exposed chest hair vibe. Sort of salt and pepper, short cut hair, black and gray. They have sunglasses on, and they don't seem to be active during the day. Every picture you see, everything is, like I said, UNLV, not the greatest systems. You get night vision cameras, basically in black and white. But they walk with Oakley during their late classes. And they get into deep conversations, it looks like, because sometimes Oakley doesn't make it to class. Oakley sits at a bench. And Oakley's smart. Always near one of the little blue buttons that calls for help. But as time goes on, Oakley doesn't sit near those buttons. He doesn't seem to see a need. And this is the big change from what you've seen. Chloe, as far as getting into Oakley's passwords and social media, you learn this individual's name. Marcus. Marcus Benetti. At least, that's what the social media says. And it's very impassioned, their conversations. Not necessarily romantically, but it's urging Oakley forward. They're so smart. They could do so much. UNLV's kind of a waste, if Marcus is being honest. There's a lot better universities, more things that can be done, and if money's an option, money's not an option. Marcus knows some people. He just wants to see Oakley rise to their full potential. And Oakley, again, for their part, is an intelligent individual. Doesn't take all of this at face value. You can kind of see in the way that they respond. At the very beginning, it's more so like, oh yeah, you're right, so that's sure. But as time goes on, it all eventually comes into, do you really think so? I just don't see myself getting out of Las Vegas. I don't know how I would. I have too much here. But Marcus pushes, and you can recognize some of this behavior. It's, to be honest, not great to look at. We'll pass this over to the rest of you. Is there any skill or perk you want to do about this?
I mean, I'm definitely using my contacts, but if it comes down to a persuasion test, I can use the Empower perk from the ring to make an edge test at a difficulty 4 to increase the bonus from 1 dice to 3. So that's kind of your wheelhouse. If I need to make a persuasion, I can start making some rolls. If I don't, and then can just rely on my 3 dots and contacts, then
I think depending on how do you envision your 3 dots of contacts? What kind of contacts are these?
The easiest way to move someone from one place to another unseen and unaccounted for is through a crowd of people. What places have the biggest crowds of people in Vegas? Clubs and casinos. So when someone comes to Tommy and says, hey, I need to get from point A to point B and I need nobody to know where I'm going, he's built up this contact network in these clubs and casinos to move them from place to place.
I don't think a roll would be necessary on your part. I think that based on your contacts and specifically highlighting clubs and casinos, there is a newer establishment called the Fontainebleau in Las Vegas. And it's much like most things on the strip and in Las Vegas. It's all a luxury hotel. It's all a luxury property, right? Security guards and, people that move the poker chips are your best bet for information on this. And you give a description and showing a picture of Oakley to your contacts. Yeah, they recognize that person. Fontainebleau is, or rather, Fontainebleau is like I said, a newer establishment, and with that, everything is more tight. Security is on edge because it's a new place and people will be testing the waters. It's just the way things go in this city. When there's a new place, people will test what the weak points are. So they're trying to make sure they have no weak points. Yeah, Oakley's come in and with this Marcus cat that Chloe and Arson have mentioned. Just a night stroll, I guess you could call it. Showing the property as if Marcus has some sort of tie to it.
I think then Tommy would just be like, well, I mean, if you see them again, you call me and I'll owe you one. And when I owe people one, they tend to get something fat out of it. So
with that, the security guard says, well, I don't want to alarm you, but like, what's your connection to this person?
that ain't none of your business.
I mean, like I said, I don't want to alarm you, but you're going this far, and I don't, like, if it's romantic, I don't.
Oh, you said what you needed to say without saying anything at all. You think they're fucking?
I'm just saying the last place I saw them go into was a hotel room.
Okay. Do I look strapped?
This is Vegas, man. I don't know your bag.
It's not a big deal, big homie. Like, don't trip.
Alright, man. Take it easy. I'll keep an eye out.
Alright. And like I said, man, you let me know when they come back here and you'll get something fat out of it, whether it's a fat stack or like a sick whip, whatever you want, man. Just let me know.
He gives you his word that he'll keep in touch.
And then no bail.
Jade and Rena. Would you like to do a perk about it? Do a skill about it?
I mean, if we have all of this information, like if this is planning throughout the week, and the information that we're gathering, like, would I be able to make an intelligence and occult roll to figure out some of the correlations between what's being described and what it could be?
Absolutely.
Because that's going to determine what I do next.
For sure.
So, with Jade's background, all of this information is very concerning. So, depending on how things play out with what Reyna wants to do, Jade is with Reyna, especially if we're going to the different like groups and everything. Just making sure everything's safe. And then if Tommy comes back with the casino information, because Jade used to work security at a very specific hotel. So her next thing would be calling Jones, her contact that's still in that business.
Understood. We'll get to that very shortly. Rena, 3 successes. How do you want to go about this?
Just gathering the information that Chloe and Arson have brought in, seeing their behaviors changing, the wealth of occult knowledge that we probably have in our library, and collectively, I would like to determine, I would basically be poring over books trying to find behavioral correlations between what's going on with Oakley and any supernatural creatures that we might be seeing, because fortunately, Las Vegas is a big city where a lot of things like to dwell.
Indeed.
And we're no stranger to this.
Yeah, with 3 successes, you can kind of determine that it's exactly kind of what is being feared. This is one of those creatures. This is a leech, a lick, a vampire. You are all aware of the supernatural. I think on some level, most people that live in Las Vegas are. However you feel about it, however long you've been in the game, I guess you could say. It's entirely up to you, but you're not idiots. And there's a pattern to people going missing. This city is cruel. And there's a lot of ways to get people out, to get people disappeared or hidden. I have you know this firsthand. This falls into all those patterns. Whoever this Marcus is a bloodsucker. It's just a matter of how high he is on the food chain.
I think with that information, Jade's gonna call up Jones.
Excellent. I would like you to all annotate. You are a danger 2. And with this week of preparation, we'll get to you very shortly, Jade. You are also a desperation 2. You call Jones, Jade. Usually takes a few rings. This is normal. In this occasion, Jones doesn't answer. And the moment you begin to leave a voicemail, or maybe you don't, calls back maybe 2-3 seconds later. What's up?
Hey, so how you been? How's things?
I'm alive.
Yeah. So I have some questions that you definitely don't want me to have
Fucking
said over the phone.
Yeah, no, all the time, every fucking time. It's never, you never just call to say hi anymore. You know that?
No. I don't have that option because whenever I try and call you, you're always like, nah, boss is on me on some job. And you get all squirrely about it.
It's still nice to be able to, know that you're just calling to say hi. I still, that was it's the thought that counts.
And you were the first person I thought of when I did ask some questions about a boss over in Vegas, over on the strip.
All right. Well,
do you want to go get coffee? Catch up on
Sure.
old times?
Sure. Yeah, sure. Fucking how urgent is this? Tomorrow? Cuz it's like almost midnight. And I have shit to do tonight. Are you good with a couple days, or can this wait, or
As soon as you're able, in a safe and convenient fashion for me.
That means like ASAP. Cool. All right. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. What is morning for you now?
I get up at 6 a.m.
Jesus
when I
Christ.
sleep in.
All right. I guess I won't sleep tonight. All right, I'll see you. You want to do a coffee place, or do you want to do like the Harrah's, or
Place somewhere a little bit quieter.
oh my
Somewhere
god. All right.
no one's gonna notice you because you're gonna get all pissed off when I ask you these questions.
Cool. I love these conversations. I'll see you in the morning.
All right, Jones. Bye.
Fuck you.
Don't sweet talk me.
So.
So, for Marcus, I've got a lead on some information potentially.
Okay, is it good or bad?
I don't know yet. I don't know how bad it is. But my guy, he'd know.
I don't know why we just don't go in there and drag Oakley out.
I mean, we could do that if we weren't concerned whether they lived or died,
Yeah, they might
Nightclub.
come out a husk.
It's a nightclub. We can
You
pull them
know
into
how
a
these-
dance crowd.
You know how these fucking things get with their clubs and shit, man. They turn them into their fucking Castle Draculas and shit. You know. We gotta be... Chloe, say the thing. Say the thing.
We have to be prepared and armed and ready.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the thing. I have
Great
to work
take.
on that.
I mean,
No,
I
that's great.
figured since Oakley wasn't here, you'd like come up with a catchphrase or something. But, you know.
Circling back on a thing that somebody just said, one of you cool kids, I could make the news bad. I could plan some. We can get the club closed with the NPC authorities.
Shit, man.
I
I
mean,
mean, it put them on edge for sure. Stir them up a little bit. We can maybe see what happens.
Wouldn't
But
that
if
make
we-
them more volatile?
yeah, if we get it closed down, then there's going to be less people for distraction.
Yeah,
I
fuck,
mean,
okay.
But there's also going to be less people that could get hurt. So, it is a...
we could always just like set a trap or whatever. I'll be bait again. It worked last time.
Why do you always go to bait first?
It's because there's these fucking monsters, man. They really want this ring. They're like
It's a
hard up
pred king.
about it.
It's a predator king.
It
I
definitely
mean,
is.
it might be a little bit. I do kind of like getting chased a little bit, you know.
We
And they
know,
might
yeah.
pass out from your if they get a bite at you, they might just pass out from your blood alone.
Yeah, I could rock a few perkies before we go to the thing, and then they bite me, and then it'd be bad for them.
Tommy,
Feel
how do we get you out after, though? If you're
Yeah.
all...
This is
I
a bad
mean,
idea. I shouldn't have suggested this.
Nah,
This is
I
bad.
mean,
need
it,
to ask, just for mechanical purposes, for maybe the future. Tommy,
yeah.
at any given moment, how many narcotics are you on?
Narcotics, very few. Narcotics aren't really what Tommy's into. Maybe from time to time a little bit of coke or a little bit of meth just to stay up. But usually it's a pretty wild cocktail of hallucinogenic mushrooms and like Molly.
Are you on the Burning Man planning committee?
Maybe.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
depends
But
on if they
everyone
ask me
knows.
back this year.
So with
Does
this,
anybody check the house phone voicemails lately?
I'm just
You have a
saying,
landline?
y'all wondered how I got you all tickets to Burning Man this year, and I thought I answered, but I might not have. I don't.
with this, does everyone join you for coffee, Jade, or is this more of a solo thing?
Jade would definitely let everybody know what was going on. That Jade was gonna go meet one of the ghouls.
Perhaps we join you then. Jade,
We won't.
It's a real nice coffee spot, honestly.
We'll sit at a table a little further away, but
Yeah.
ready to intervene if needed.
agreed.
Conjecture. I'm not going outside. Yeah,
I'll
I
s-
can work on.
I'll stay here with Arson, and we'll figure some shit out.
All right. We'll
Okay.
text you if
please.
something goes wrong.
Please don't go in the garage like last time. I
Um,
love you
I
both so
need
much.
to go into the garage. I
You
wanna
set
build a
off.
drone.
You
Can I
set off
please build a
one like grenade, and then it's don't go in the garage anymore.
The
man.
grenade in a garage full of munitions. I need you to understand that's what you guys did.
I mean,
And our neighbors called the cops on us. So
hey, but
And
I
then
got
I
us out of
wiped the
that.
charges. See,
Yeah.
tag team.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah.
man.
I understand that
I'll
you
drive.
guys-
It's just North Las Vegas
Thank you,
things.
sweetheart.
You guys make it to this coffee shop. Arson and Tommy, you guys remain behind.
I would like to interject very quickly. Tommy's house rule is that nobody leaves the house without a smooch. They're very
Understood.
insistent about it. Very insistent about it.
It's very sweet. To which I'll leave it up to all of you if this is a house rule that you follow, or if any one of you tries to like sneak away every once in a while.
Always sneak away.
Chloe just
It
goes
makes-
through with it.
Yeah, it makes Tommy happy.
Yeah.
I
Part
can
of
work
the-
for it.
I feel like there's a lot of things that make Tommy happy, but
Yeah, and this is one of the safer ones, so if we reinforce
Yeah.
that behavior.
dig it. For Arson and Tommy, I think that Arson and Chloe are tech adept enough to have some things so that you don't necessarily need to be left out of this conversation. Obviously, cell phones exist. So do, wireless headphones. As far as like a camera or like a live stream, if you want to be a part of this, sort of the what's the term? The guy in the chair or Oracle, in some cases. You absolutely may if you so choose.
Oh. With what I have for Arsenal, can we have tactical earbuds?
Yes, you can have tactile
Let's
earbuds.
I guess this is one of those rare times we use the tactical earbuds.
I
I knew they
got
would come in
them.
handy at some point.
Right. They're nice too. Look at them. Finally, we got them out of the box. Don't turn them into anything, please, Arson. Just wait until after we're done, and then you can mess around with it.
I make no promises, but I love you so well.
I love you. Thank you for being. Thank you, please. Okay. All right. Bye.
So
I
this
wonder how
messy-
much these pick up, man.
What are you trying to pick?
I mean, I don't even know, man.
Of course, you don't have to like push them in a direction.
You come here often?
So this messy polycule, together yet split apart, moves to a coffee shop. Jones is, as typically seen, Jade, sleepy looking and kind of frumpy in terms of clothing. Already sitting down with what looks like a pot of coffee that's already half done. Just waiting, a hoodie, kind of stained. You don't know with what, but it's all black, so it all kind of just meshes into this murky, crusty stain.
Like shit.
I feel like shit. I should be sleeping. I haven't slept in like 2 days, it feels like.
Look, if you like sneak into a closet for 10 minutes, he won't like find you. Unless something
No,
goes bad.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, I am complaining, but I would be asleep if I wasn't meeting you.
All right, well, we'll get this over with real quick. Who the fuck is Marcus?
There's
And
a
I
couple
can't remember the
Marcuses.
last name.
Benetti.
Benetti, some sort of blue club. Tommy was really vague about the details.
Okay. Looks around. Broad daylight. You can see that there's a little bit of suspicion still. All right. I know the name. I know that they're pretty high up. I want to know why the fuck you're asking about them.
They have my partner wrapped around the little finger, and I'm gonna cut it off.
I'm sorry. What?
You didn't hear that. You didn't hear that. Don't worry about Jones. Don't worry about it. Just what do you know?
Okay. Real quick, you're like looking around. You're alone, right? And at this point, I would like Chloe and Rena to make some stealth rolls for me, please.
Oh boy. Let's see.
Is it dexterity and stealth?
Yes, please. I should have specified. I apologize. Well,
Can
I'll allow you
I
guys to
use-
mess with your attributes a little bit because this isn't necessarily like ducking and hiding and such. I can see composure. I could see resolve. I'll give you more freedom with the attributes. So I'll leave it to you, choice.
Can I use my my desperation in this role because it is direct conflict with a supernatural?
I feel like there are some STs that would argue, but it's a one-shot. By all means, go for it.
Well,
Do your
it's
thing.
any direct conflict, physical, social, or mental.
Oh hell yeah, absolutely.
I read my shit.
Let's see.
I have a friend in Australia who would kick my ass if I didn't know that shit.
3 successes.
Also 3 successes.
Can I help by being distracting?
I would say absolutely. Each of you roll one more die.
Oh, another success.
Still 3.
3 and 4. Jones doesn't seem to have noticed your companions, and Chloe, Rena, you can tell that he's still looking around. He hasn't his eyes haven't lingered on you at all. But he asks you, Jade, you're alone, right?
On mud, Jones. Like, Kelly, you gotta take better care of yourself. Especially with
Dude,
the hours you're working.
The hours I'm working. It's a lifestyle.
Days.
You should know that.
Yeah, days. I remember that. Well, nights.
I don't know enough right now. Is this... Which one of your partners?
Oakley. Oh, you know what? I know how those fuckers work. Forsyth. Maybe.
Okay, I'll,
If you need the whole thing, Porter the Fourth. Forsyth, Oakley, Porter the Fourth. Like, I don't
somebody
know.
that has 4 different fucking names.
You keep...
Alright. Just... It's not funny. I'm sorry. I'm a little... sleep deprived.
Sleep
and
deprived. Yeah, I know.
Jaded.
I remember.
Yeah, I know. This all kind of blurs together. I'll tell you what. Give me 2 days. First Friday on Fremont, I'll be out and about. Meet me there. I'll text you, and I'll tell you what I can come up with. I can't give too much on. I can't give a whole lot on this right now. But if you give me a couple days, I can get some stuff for you. It's not funny. And he looks like he's trying to convince himself. Like he's trying to like zero in and focus and be human. I can see that this is stressing you out.
If you remember, I don't do stress well.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you used to. But I'm not here to, try to bring you back in by all means. Just give me a couple days. Meet me on Fremont, and I think that the party time on Fremont on Friday will be enough cover that I can talk a little more openly.
absolutely. Go take a fucking nap, Jones. Jeez. And
I would
Jade's
love
gonna
to.
slap
Am I
some money.
dismissed?
It's gonna slap some money down on the table to pay. And, leave. And wait in the car.
And you do. And all of you have to wait a couple days. Now it doesn't mean you have to be sitting on your hands or anything like that. You guys can still be pushing computer-wise, surveillance-wise, pushing your contacts. But It's all waiting. You wait. And then first Friday comes around. First Friday in Las Vegas is a pretty big deal. Specifically on Fremont Street. It's when everything comes out and about. You see the street performers, the Tin Men, the robots, the street performing clowns. It's a big festival, a big party. There is an open street that is pure entertainment. Lines in and out of casinos and nightclubs. Not directly on the strip, thank God. But it's still crowded. It's still an endeavor. There is a huge line for the zip line that goes up and down Fremont Street. The covered portion of the ceiling plays some video, some music video that is blaring music across the speakers that are littered up and down the street. Lights, constant lights. You wouldn't barely know it until nighttime out here. This is also when the ne'er-do-wells show out as well. This is where the motorcycle clubs, the community groups, this is where everyone comes out and shows their best. So you see motorcycles with lights and revving their engines. You see performance groups that are practicing their slam poetry out in public and open and shouting. It's noise. It's life. I must know who partakes and who goes to meet Jones.
I don't normally come out for these things unless there's a good scoop. There's something worth digging on. So I think I'll follow to Jones, because that's where my interest is piqued the most right now.
I mean, you work too hard anyway. You deserve a break.
It never ends. There's always something else to cover. There's always more content.
I will also go for protection reasons because I don't trust it. Jade.
Oh. Real careful. Like real careful. But the crowd should help it. It gets too, loud.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go. Is anybody else feeling a little overstimulated? I've got some stuff for that.
I would like to be on my S game, so no. Dare.
It's just a Klonopin, man. It's not that bad.
Good. Tommy.
Okay, well, I love you guys, and I just don't want you to be all overstimulated. There's a ton of shit going on right now, and we're honestly all firing at like half-cocked, so...
Good looking out, but I'm fine.
Yeah, be all right. Thanks for looking out for us.
Yeah.
Gonna be okay. We'll figure it out.
Jade, can I borrow a strap, or like, what are we doing here? Because like, if we're gonna roll, we better roll deep.
Did you already grab one? Did you already grab one from my room, Tommy?
No, because I'm remembering what happened last time.
Fremont Street is no stranger to concealed carry or even open carry in some regards. As this is going on, having had to wait 2 days for a big break in information, I feel the need to let you all know that you may rise another desperation. And going out and about on Fremont Street on First Friday in Las Vegas, your danger also rises. Especially if you are going in armed. There are some statistics I could throw at you regarding firearms, but I won't breach.
What if they're not firearms?
What are we talking about?
I'm pulling a Mom from Squid Game Season 2, and I'm using a hairpin that actually has a dagger in it.
Let me double check
it.
this fun little perk I have
I'm
from
all-
Ordnance.
Listen, I grew up in South Beach. I know how to conceal a weapon and get
You're right,
into a
apologies.
club.
I heard strap and immediately I went back to my roots. I apologize. Strap could mean a great many deal of things because I remember specifically a request for a collapsible baton or collapsible staff of some sort.
That's me, yeah.
Yeah. I track and all. Yeah, given your guys' perks and your backgrounds and such, I don't see a reason not to give you certain weaponry, unless it's,
An AC 130.
completely... Shut the
Hey,
And I
Yes.
bring my bazooka.
look,
No.
as long as the devices match like the appropriate sized object of what they're supposed to be, my disguise delivery says it works with the difficulty margin on edge test, but it works.
Sick. Excellent. Your guys' desperation is raised, your danger is raised. Currently matching. And just keep in mind your desperation dice for should you want to access them. Jones is hanging out with a motorcycle club. There's a sort of stalemate. There are two types of clubs in Las Vegas and all around the world. There's 99%, there's 1%. Jones doesn't hang out with 1%ers. 99%ers are still scrappy, but there's a difference between the 99 and the 1. Jones looks around. He looks like he's finally gotten some sleep. And he looks around, still keeping his head on a swivel. Sees you approach. And are all of you with Jade, or are you spread amongst the crowd?
I would be spread amongst the crowd, but I would be within tackling distance if needed.
I think this is one of the rare occasions that Tommy's just kind of like walking with Jade and this just kind of like, are we sure this is where we need to be right now?
This is exactly where we need to be, yeah.
Okay, just let me know if you need me to turn on the glam.
If we need a charmer, you're the first person I'd go to.
Okay.
Everyone
Jade
else
will
is
walk
spread.
up.
Yeah.
Copy that. Continue, please.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, give me 1 second, guys. And he steps away from the group. And there's no privacy on Fremont Street, but he gets a bit away from his friends, his companions, and says, so I got some information for you. How are you doing, first off, before I give you anything?
So calm right now. So very, very calm.
Yeah, you look it.
What's
Tommy?
that supposed to mean, man?
I just want to make sure you guys are in a good headspace, that's all.
Jade said we're cool, so we're cool.
Okay. Alright. Person you're looking for is high up, looking to make a bigger name for themselves. They're Primogen.
Oh. Okay.
What's that mean?
Think like council, Tommy. We'll get into it later.
Oh, so like David. Okay. Lost Boys.
Anyway,
Your partner is
is what, Jones?
Marcus is a rose. So your partner is his new boy toy, his new little plaything.
Don't talk about him. Don't talk about Oakley like that, man. That's not cool.
Look, I'm just telling you how like it is, and I don't need flack if I'm being honest. So Jade, if your friend,
I don't think he knows who I am, Jade.
That was on purpose, though, Tommy. We're trying to be quiet about this.
yeah,
Not about this, but like the current conversation.
This is big, okay? Like I said, I could tell how much this is bothering you. So I got what I could. I need you to understand that this could kill me, okay? And this isn't like beaten within an inch of my life and brought back. This is like they'll discard me. All right, Jade?
Yeah.
Marcus is making a name for himself, and the higher ups, the highest up, doesn't care for him. But there's this bigwig coming to town, and he thinks that if he can throw this big bash, curry favor, get in good with this bigwig, then maybe he'll be the highest up. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, all right.
So, there's a party going down at the Bellagio on Valentine's Day that you're going to want to avoid. And then there's a party going down at the Venetian that I think that you might want to find a way into. Because that's where you can find your roses. And I don't know, that's the best time I can give you, alright? Because at the Bellagio, that's where the people that are most loyal will be. It's where everyone will be that is meant to be there. Meanwhile, Marcus, trying to make a name for himself, has his rose garden and people that support him. But you won't have to deal with sheriffs or hounds or anything like that. You're just gonna deal with roses. But that's the best thing I can give you. Now, 2 parties going on the same night, you know what that means. It's a big social game. I don't know where this bigwig's gonna end up. And this bigwig is bigger than the city. So I don't know who this person is. But if they're there when you are, you need to leave. You cannot be there. They'll kill you. They will erase you.
And everything tries to kill us. What's new? Every day's a risk.
You don't get it. Your friend doesn't get it, and I can't go into detail. Right? The Venetian is what I got. I don't know specifically where. I don't know what club.
Okay.
I'll leave the rest to you guys.
Questions,
Okay.
Tommy?
Nah.
We can talk about it later if you want to go into like full detail. Because
I don't have any questions. I'm just confused as to why this is any different than anything else we do, you know?
I'm gonna leave that to you, Jade.
Thanks, Jones.
Go in quiet if you can, please. I don't know what your plan of attack is, but I don't want to be tied back to this. I don't want...
You're not gonna be there, right?
No, I'm going to the Bellagio. I have shit. I know where my loyalties lie.
Sounds like somebody's blowing their whistle for you then, man. Should probably go.
Don't fuck this up for me. He goes back to his companions.
Your big homie's kind of a bitch.
It's not his fault. What they do to you kind of fucks you up a lot. So
Man, that's all I'm saying. It's just it's like my granddad used to say, like every person's got to be their own person at the end of the day, you know?
yeah, but it makes it a little difficult when they take away you as a person.
You always got one way out. I'm just saying I wouldn't let them take me alive.
Sometimes it gets a little messier than that, Tommy. But thank you for coming up with me. This was nice. We should do this more.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. I would like wits and awareness rolls from Arson, Chloe, and Raina, please.
Does this have anything to do with supernaturals?
Oh, you know it.
I'll add my desperation to that then.
2 successes.
4 successes.
I'm gonna willpower to crit fish.
That's the way to be. I've never heard it put like that. That's
love
gonna
that.
be my vocabulary for
Same.
Crit fish? Yeah, for sure.
I've just said fish for a crit.
5
Crit fish just
successes.
sounds... Oh, hell yeah. 5 successes. I got 5, 4, 2.
Yep.
I'm so sorry. That does lead to question, though. Arson, Raina, and Chloe, are you guys spread out singularly, or are you guys kind of grouped up together?
I think I would have insisted on us grouping up just because I have that ward in case we needed it.
Okay.
Describe your ward real quick for me.
My ward is so like you want the ability, right?
Yes, please.
All right, so it's a thwart the unnatural edge. It's a perk for it. With the hunter can extend the area of resistance to include an area roughly 2 meters around them, with an additional meter for each success in the margin. Anyone within this area receives the benefit of this edge.
Understood. And this is for powers, abilities, disciplines, such like that?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. While this
I
doesn't
have that
necessarily-
just in case.
While this doesn't necessarily fall under the effects of your ward, I would like to grant you all an extra die. So everyone go ahead and roll me an extra die, see if there's another success.
There is. That's 5.
Unlucky for me. I think Chloe's just actually following Tommy, like overstimulated. Man, I should have taken something from him because this is too much for me.
5, 5, 2. So Chloe, again, overstimulated. There's a lot going on. There's probably... My least favorite thing on Fremont are the performers that come up and, like, offer you a... Like, as if they're at a rave, they offer you a light show. As if there's not enough lights here already.
No, I don't want anything. Please just leave me alone.
And you're dealing with that while...
For locals.
Raina... Indeed. Raina, Arson, you both... Keeping your nose watching Jade, watching Tommy. There are certain things you learn in this field. You learn to pick up. Now, these vampires, these kindred, have learned to combat certain surveillance. That's why so many of them smoke, so they can get the rise and fall of chest and the breathing aspects down. What even some of the older ones have forgotten about, what they have forgotten to implement and to do, is blinking. Blinking is a very strange thing to try to mimic. Either you blink too much, or you don't blink enough. It takes a very practiced, a very skilled individual to learn to blink normally when you don't need to. pick people out in the crowd that are watching. But they're not watching you or Jade. They're watching Jones. Unblinking eyes. Watching the predator's hunger. And a sick grin. At betrayal. An informant that's been caught. Now you have no tie to Jones. You don't have any. It's a touchstone. It's not even a real friend, really. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to. But you know this is probably Jones's last night. If you don't do something. The two of you that saw it. What's your next move?
What are you thinking?
It's not one of us.
Yeah, but it kind of helped us.
So we got what we needed from it.
Arson's gonna remember this. And they kind of like fall back into the crowd.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Oh, you know what? Okay, it's fine. It looks like they're almost done talking, so we can get out of here.
Clarify as well, a decision doesn't need to be made necessarily now. You guys can get off Fremont Street once you've all compiled information.
I would like to do a thing, unfortunately.
Yeah, what you got for me?
If I could possibly larceny off of this blank body, like a cell phone or an ID, I do want to tie him up, whoever this is, up with letter of the law. So maybe they can't necessarily executing Jones so quickly. If they have a couple citations or a warrant.
Understood. Detail to me the ability you're using for me real quick.
Well, at first I need to like steal something. I need something off of this person. So I was hoping to use like either Dex larceny or something like that.
Absolutely, by all means. Would you like to fill your companions in on your endeavor so that maybe they can grant you some advantage or some sort of help action?
Since Reyna kind of made her decision on that, Arson is going rogue. So it is just it, and it's 4 dice.
Hype.
If I can catch this happening, I think with the attraction edge on the artifact, Tommy will try and like make a wipe of his face or something so that the person that Arson's trying to steal from will see it and potentially be distracted by it, depending on how things go.
I think that you and Arson have displayed a closeness here that is pretty palpable and pretty easily seen. I won't require you to what's an awareness roll. I think that you would, especially going back to meet your partners, would see Arson moving out of position, I guess is a good term.
Specifically, attraction provides a 2 dice bonus to any ambush related attempts.
Oh joy.
By all means.
I think the dice like to tell a story. I've rolled 6 dice and 0 successes.
We're not going to make it to the club.
Arson, I can offer you nothing. There are mechanics in place that allow players and characters to succeed against odds that are greatly stacked against them. In this case, though, cannot even offer you to win at a cost with 0 successes. How do you execute this plan, or how would you like to try to execute this plan, as we know that it will fail horribly?
Basic pickpocket strategy, trying to bump into someone and apologize, ask if they are okay putting hands all over the person to like kind of try to find a pocket, and just being way too handsy and just a total klutz. It's obvious that it was trying to steal something.
You do this, and the individual that arson targets is taken off guard and kind of shoves you away. It's, the fuck off me.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm local, alright? I don't do this pickpocket shit. I can... What were you after?
It was a dare. I'm sorry. I got a little camera somewhere, like prank channels and stuff.
Yeah?
I am so
Where are
so,
your cameras?
so sorry. And like they ruffle through a bag or a pocket of their own and produce like this itty bitty drone. Like it's got a little propeller and like a big ol' people for camera.
Give it here.
I mean, I don't feel like that
Give
works
it
trade-wise.
here.
Okay, sorry. And just surrenders it.
I think if it's okay, Tommy would like to interject.
Tell me.
Raina too, if she
say,
sees it.
If we see this happening.
Absolutely. Squat up.
Yep.
Yeah,
we
I
all-
think as this thing insists on Arson handing it over, Tommy's just gonna walk up and be like, I don't think you're from around here, dude, and just headbutt him in the face.
Jade, you had something. I could see the like.
So the minute this fucking blank body steps up to Arson, full on pulling out the gun and walking up
Perfect.
behind this guy.
Perfect. Tommy, if you want to give me a quick, this is gonna be brawl. I could maybe see an argument for dexterity, but I'm inclined to lean towards strength. 2 successes. Ooh. What is your intent, Jade? Is this hidden, or is this just blatantly brandishing a weapon on Fremont Street?
We're not blatant about it. It's walking up behind the guy and pressing it to his back. Now, it's very important because Jade did not hear the whole thing about, like, it actually being a blank body, correct? Because otherwise it would just be staking him in the middle of Fremont Street.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well,
Yeah.
You guys had used the tactical earbuds for coffee shop. Is this a situation? We can backtrack a little bit. I'm assuming tactical earbuds. I'll give you guys the benefit of the doubt.
think so.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you're aware this is a blank.
Oh, instead of a gun, then it's gonna be a stake.
You want to just do this? You want to just go for it?
Yeah, no. Once again, Jones was like, "Are you fine?" No, Jade is not fine. Jade is not fine.
Go ahead and give me... This is going to be a called shot. So go ahead and give me... Like I said, for this, I could see dexterity brawl. I could see strength and brawl.
How
if there's
about
anything else
strength and melee? Because
That
it's
actually
just
makes- yes, 'cause
jamming
melee,
the
yep.
stake as hard as possible into this thing's heart. Okay. It's 9 die.
Absolutely, melee is for weapons. Say it's 9 die.
Correct.
Life is about to be real rough.
I built Jade for one thing. Please don't ask me to do anything social.
Before you roll,
Does this still count as part of the ambush that would be given bonus dice from the ring?
yes, absolutely.
So,
Same
2 dice
scene.
bonus.
This is insane. Chloe, Raina,
Intrusion
is there
gross.
anything you guys, because you guys kind of squatted up and are sort of mobbing this dude, is there anything you guys want to contribute to this, like a help action of some sort? Just let me know how you would want to do this
Yeah.
and how that dice could come into play.
I was going to thwart the unnatural with my ward ability in case it tried to do any supernatural mental abilities on any of us. Because I saw it getting really aggressive, intimidating, forceful. And one thing that is scary about vampires is their mental abilities.
Absolutely. Good to know. I can say nothing, but good to know. Very good to know.
I surrendered the drone, not necessarily gave the controls to it. Can I activate it while it's in his hand? So maybe the blades whirling or something.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
cool.
This will grant an extra die to your
Additional
roll.
die? This is wild.
Yes, it is. Chloe,
my
is there anything you'd
gosh.
like to contribute?
So my contribution is more, I see my partners like all getting into a little scuffle, and I'm afraid it could escalate. So I immediately am like looking around this area, and I'm like, I would just want to make sure that nobody else, there's no other blanks around here that are going to interfere or anything like that. So I'm going to just be on more the lookout and make sure that this doesn't escalate to something worse.
Wits and awareness.
Okay.
And I will grant you an extra die for this because of the situation. It's already unfolding, so there are people that are kind of looking in your direction. You can kind of pick people that are kind of let their guard down and are just being the little looky-loos that people can be.
Got it.
That's a crit.
Of course it is.
With that many
What is
dice?
that, like 12 die? I would imagine so.
How many crits is the question? Yeah.
We're up. I think we're up to 13 with the drone. 13 dice.
God.
That is 10 successes.
Even okay. What you got for me, Chloe?
5 successes for me. Which is pretty good.
You can pick out 2 that are blanks that are watching.
Okay.
One is near Jones. The other is off near a street performer, kind of peering through the crowd. It's that weird stillness as everyone else kind of moves and goes to like see what's going on. But there's again a stillness and just observation. There's no like movement to go stop this. There's just watching. And Jade, with 10 successes, even with the negatives you would get from the college shot, slides right in.
Jade
And-
takes that moment, like, where it slides in to just kind of wrap her arm around underneath the armpit so he doesn't fall immediately.
And all of this unfolds, and Chloe, the one near Jones, makes moves to go, and Jones puts his hand on this person's shoulder, kind of urges him back. This one looks irritated, to say the very least, as Jones kind of forces them back. You can see this sick snarl, and the fangs are bared. Jones steps forward and just, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? And kind of shoves you back, Jade, and looks over this individual, and then looks at the rest of the crowd that's gathering.
Friend here just had too much to drink.
Go, run, go, go, go. And they pull the stake out. What do you all do?
I will, just for your edification, I will say that any prey that has seen the ring, quote, becomes blinded by their desire to possess it. But once it is revealed, it continues to lure those who know of its location. So
Excellent.
it don't let go of them. And if they've seen it, they're coming for it.
Excellent. An addendum then for Chloe, the blanks aren't watching Jones then, they'll be watching Tommy.
Listen,
Okay.
man, I'm gonna take him on a little leg around, and then we're gonna set up another ambush to get them off their guard. I'm gonna really need you guys to come in clutch with this one, okay?
Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah.
All right, can we stomp this one out real quick, or do we need to go?
I'm gonna interject and say that this is, as Jones is pulling out the stake, this is maybe not the time for this conversation.
Yep.
Yeah, if Jones is pulling out the stake, I am going to drop trow on the one that is having the stake pulled on it, and then haul an ass. Like,
Noted.
I'm gonna pants it and so it'll trip.
Understood. The rest of you looking at?
Tommy's gonna try and get these things to start following him in the alleys and shit off of Fremont Street.
Understood. Everyone else?
Yeah, Chloe's just gonna make some detailed notes in her phone and her notes that she has of all of the individuals who were fixated on the situation. Just note of all of the blank bodies that she saw, just to keep them for reference and get out the rest of them.
Understood. Copy on.
Arson is trying to get its drone back before skedaddling.
Easy enough. This individual was in the midst of falling into a decrepit torpor state. Easy enough to grab your drone.
I think Jade's kind of like grabbing Arson's arm. We gotta go now. Cardio. Remember when we talked about cardio? This is where it comes into play.
Yeah.
It's okay. If it gives too much, I'll carry you. It's no problem. It's not. Yeah, just.
And with all of our hunters absconding the scene, having been seen, having been touched, having been identified in one of your cases, not identified, but sort of fixated on, your desperation and your danger will raise by one. And this is where we'll take our break. As our hunters abscond, we will see you all very shortly, and through the magic of editing, it will be mere milliseconds. We'll see you soon. So, our heroes absconded from Fremont Street, and through, let's call it a montage scene, have managed to escape and get back to their safe house. Information has been gathered, and you have a week of planning, as well as maybe dealing with the events that happened tonight. I turn this over to all of you for some planning.
Okay, so we know we have to be at this club. We have to be at this party at the Venetian. We know this Marcus guy is gonna be there. We have some details that this is vying for some sort of big position within their whatever, which I gotta say, I kind of want to get more info on, because I feel like this could be a really good expose piece.
What? Chloe, once you start talking about the primogen and everything, then it's going to draw some attention to you that I really worry about, because they have people for this. One of them is coming to town, actually, based on what Jones said.
One of them's coming to town. Okay, that's even better. You know what we could do? We could sell this info to one of those weird orgs that we keep hearing about, one of those government agencies or one of the church agencies or something. We could
They don't care about people. I need you to understand this, Chloe. They don't care about people. They'll take out everybody. I've seen it happen, and I really don't want it to happen again, Chloe.
I mean, if they take out everybody, the only real problem would be getting Oakley out before they take them out.
Ideally, we don't let anyone get sacrificed in this.
If we have to go through people, it's going to be messy. But if we full on shock and awe, just go in, guns blazing. We'll go through at least like 3 of the club rooms. Someone will say something.
All
Yeah,
right.
but then we run the risk of them getting Oakley out with Marcus before we can get to him.
Jade, you said that, like, your friend said that they were roses. What does that mean?
Okay, so Toreadors is what they call themselves. It's a whole.
Bullfighters?
Bullfighters. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's because they're all red flags.
Okay,
Gotcha.
This is good. This is good. Close.
Tommy will just lean
Boy,
over
please.
and kiss Raina on the cheek for that epic two brains, one body moment.
Just shove him away a little bit, just because, like, this is not the time. So they're bullfighters, red flags.
Red flag. Yeah, they're red flags. They're big, showy. They're very into pretty things, which is why probably they grabbed Oakley.
Those bitches.
Right?
Okay. What can they
So-
do?
It's a bunch of mental stuff. They're not really fighters.
The worst. I hate that shit. The fact that they can mess with your mind and shit. I hate it.
It's not great.
So why don't we turn it back on him? I mean, this Marcus guy, he's got social media and stuff, right?
A lot of them don't. Whenever I try to like dig in on them, they are just like off the grid.
Yeah, no, with the
So some
The
of
way-
his people, they saw my ring, and you know how the fucking blanks get when they see it.
I know we got a bunch of ashes
They
over it.
They talk about it, and then they get all crazy and shit. So maybe if we reach out to, what was his name? Marcus?
Marcus. Yeah, Marcus.
Yeah, if we tap Big Homie and we're like, hey, I got something you want, you got something I want, let's talk at your like party or whatever. I can keep him off his game, and I can get mental with him too. You know, I fuck with their heads. So, I mean, it's up to you guys. It's really probably like not at all. None of this is gonna be safe. That's why I didn't really get what your big homie was on about, Jade. Cause like every day we're in this life, we're like probably finna die.
Yeah. His whole thing was there's worse things that can happen than dying. Tommy, there's. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're already dead, so I guess that makes sense.
So
Look-
why don't I open a discourse with this asshole and see if I can get us in?
I hate that I'm giving you this advice. He's trying to impress probably one of the bigwigs that Jules was talking about.
Yeah, and so a ring that belonged to a Slavic god is probably something that they would like be into.
Yeah, make a deal for them to. Oh, Tom, I worry about you so much. You know that, right? Like,
I mean, I get it, but I wouldn't, because every day I wake up is like a blessing, you know? It's not guaranteed to anybody.
I know.
So there's no point in worrying about it. If I die, I die. If I do worse than dead, you guys will get me. Like, it's not an issue.
That would be an issue for me, Tommy. I don't. But yeah, no.
But they
I
might be
got you.
doing that same bad thing to Oakley right now while we're sitting here, like, jerking off about it.
You got to get permissions and stuff, which would be the time for them to do that. And Yeah.
Wow,
See what I
that's
mean,
happening.
man?
So yeah, you say you have some fancy thing because you heard he was looking for something, and that he was throwing a big party. He could reveal it at the party. That you won't be in town until the day of the party. Just make sure you're not accessible until then.
I mean, he's gonna know that's gonna be a lie because they just saw us tonight. And we need them to go back to their people and talk about it.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Look, we have a decent amount of info so far, but maybe I can dig a little deeper and see if we can get anything else.
I mean, if you
Uh,
could get like schematics of the building so we know where the exits are, or any sort of permits as well, because like insurance companies are huge on that thing, especially with parties like this.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
They
I'm
hiring
gonna-
escort services?
I can
I
look
would
into that
s-
too. I was gonna say I would like to use my one of my perks, the library, and do a little bit deeper research on this club, this party, this event, and at least like the Venetian, any info we can get there.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I roll resolve in academics 2, and basically what this is spend roughly a day researching their prey. They can make an edge test. The win provides a clue into the nature or behavior of the type of creature or the specific prey. Greater margin equals more information or more accurate information. Okay, 4 successes.
Understood. With 4 successes, let's go through question and answer. What would you like to know? I'll essentially let you know when you've reached a kind of threshold where I'm like, that wouldn't be available. But let's go question and answer.
What is like the layout of the Venetian and the clubs, and like how like what's the layout of the place?
For sure. As a storyteller, this is always, I love setting things in Las Vegas, and I love expositing random knowledge about specifically the Venetian. I hate myself. The Venetian is it's previously where the sands used to be. So it's been there for a while. It is huge. The clubs themselves encompass different locations of the property itself. Between the Venetian and then just north of it is the Palazzo. Combined together, they host over 7,000 rooms. The resorts itself, as far as attractions and club life and things that people go to, there are these things called the Grand Canal shops. They have recreated the Grand Canal of Venice in the Venetian itself. So there is a canal that runs in and out of the resort, of the hotel itself. All with painted sky to look like the blue sky of Venice. It is incredibly bright. It looks like daytime in there. As far as the clubs, there have been post to many, as they've kind of leased property out and allowed different development and venues to operate out of their walls. As of right now, the most popular, and which you can kind of look at with your with your perks and abilities and such. Looking at just what's been booked out and what has already been squared away, you can whittle this down to this will be the Tao Beach, connected to the Tao nightclub, which is a sort of Asian bistro and nightclub. Absolutely gorgeous. Something about 4,000 square feet, maybe a little more. Entryway is beautiful and lined with rose petals. Alongside either side there are baths with rose petals. Sometimes there are performers or essentially actresses or actors that are there just to be eye candy and are bathing in said baths. Albeit, of course, there are, pasties because there are still laws and things that need to be adhered to. But the Venetian kind of gets away with the little things here and there if things slip off. Inside, like I said, it's a bistro as well, so it's a restaurant. The open space for the nightclub as well as private rooms and such, it's very stereotypical nightclub as well, or rather with a I don't want to say stereotypical, but it is what you would think when someone says Asian bistro and a nightclub. They've taken that sort of stereotype and kind of upped it to 11. So there are statues of Buddha, there are ivy leaves and like random different cultures, different Asian cultures, iconography on display. That is the nightclub itself. There is a day club on top of that. That is the Tao Beach. What that is kind of like, think of a jungle-inspired pool area where there is one perfect circle of a pool and then two that are kind of offset into strange circles, all on top of the nightclub for Tao itself. And this is Tao Beach. There are the jungle leaves and fake plants all around. It is huge. It encompasses the entirety of the roof, and it is very open, and it is not open during the nighttime. However, this space has been booked out for Valentine's Day for a very special night party.
Okay. So Tao Beach might be our spot, and as Chloe's research, she just kind of shares some things about that and like makes sense that maybe these roses book this place out. My other question, yes. If I'm able to find anything, I'm curious if there's any like escort services or anything like that they're bringing in, like special types of people, blood dolls, things like that.
Almost assuredly. As far as with your successes, yes, they're definitely. Jade would be able to basically say, yeah, almost always, and then with Jade's background, kind of point you in the direction of some of the stuff that has been used in her past. That you have a list of companies that are being used.
Okay. And I'm trying to think what else I would want to look into. Well, I do have this special perk under library, how to harm them. So in addition to the clue gained, the information yields a bonus equal to the margin on the win to attempt to harm the prey by exploiting supernatural susceptibility. So I know we already know a little bit about, okay, they have like these ones specialize in the mental powers. We don't like that. But am I able to garner any other information about our particular quarry here of other means to mess with these pretty ones?
Yeah, absolutely. With your successes, is this a separate perk?
It under library. So I think I'm like, do I have to
Okay.
roll again for this? Or yeah, I'm not sure.
I'll allow you to roll again for this, and then Jade, because this is a separate roll, can help you with this because of her knowledge on Toreador.
Perfect. All right. So let me roll that. Oh yeah, let's go crit. So that is 4 successes.
4 successes. Yeah, basically, Jade helps you with this, and you can find an old myth and legend. Basically, there's a very old myth is like you scatter seeds in front of them, and then Someone has to take the vampire has to take time and count each individual one. There are different variations of that with mythology and historical context. There's a sort of fixation that is paramount in the myths and legends. And Jade can kind of back that up, where it's not exactly counting seeds that is the fixation with these roses. It's beauty. It's art. It's anything that someone might classify as lovely. And this will help them be distracted. This will help them kind of get them off their game.
Also, if there's anything that doesn't fit in their picture of what's pretty, they freak the fuck out. It's wild.
Oh, that's good. That's good. We could use that. I like it.
With your granting you some more information, because we're doing question based, but I also want to grant you some information that would just be available to you. Having looked into the parties, having looked into the escort services that are going to be booked out for that evening, you would have garnered that the theme for the party is eternal love. Timeless love. Love that lasts a lifetime.
Oh. Oh boy.
Sounds pretentious as fuck, man.
The more that the theme is happening, the more I worry about Oakley.
You
and
know
what
what's
the
so
plan is
fucked
for
up?
Oakley. What, Tommy?
That I swear I heard that tagline in a K Jewelers commercial in like '97.
You probably did. Here's what I'm
They're the ones
thinking.
that came up with it.
I'm thinking that some of us can get in disguised as the escorts.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't like that, man. They're gonna look at y'all like food and that's gonna make me pop off, man.
They're not gonna get near me, Tommy.
I'm still gonna pop off.
You gotta meet with this guy if that's what you're gonna do. So
Yeah, I'm probably gonna call him from a payphone at the skate park tomorrow.
I think
okay.
I was gonna say I think the two of you may be the best equipped for that because you're the
I
best.
can get in. Yeah, I can get in with the escorts and be kind of like a plant. They don't expect me until it's too late.
And
They don't know I'm with him.
Yeah, and Chloe and Jade, I can get you in. I move people around for like a day job, so
I know, Tommy.
I can get you guys in under the radar. I just gotta make some calls and probably get it. I probably gotta get Roger that Bugatti he's been asking me for, but I can make it happen.
Tommy, do you know actually how much money you have? You just
No,
okay.
I got a guy for that. He calls like once a month and I leave it on speaker while I take a shower usually.
Tommy, you should really listen to when he, you know. Anyway, I can get weapons in. I mean, these places are redecorating all the time. I can just put that it's due to be released on the 15th. They'll put the boxes somewhere, leave it alone. As long as we know where storage is, we'll be fine.
It's a good
If you
idea.
can get it, yeah, if you could get it in like the sub basement or whatever, I can get somebody to take you guys down there.
As a part
I
of your
can
guys'
sneak in my
research-
stuff. Sorry.
No, apologies. But as a part of your guys' research, I feel it prevalent also to point out the Grand Canal, the sort of makeshift little recreation of Venice, leads inside and outside. So if you are looking to smuggle, Chloe, you would have seen that there is a direct path into the Grand Canal shops from the exterior, the little pond area where gondolas go in and out. And for a small fee, the inhabitants or visitors of Vegas can smuggle just about anything in on a gondola.
Okay. That's a
Oh.
good word.
Also, Tommy, I'm gonna need some stuff that would knock Oakley on their ass.
Like, what do you mean?
Well,
We need to drug them.
yeah. Which feels gross. I hate that. I hate that we're gonna have to do this, but
Listen, I told you
bad.
guys, I don't give anything to anybody unless they know what it is. Like, consent is key and shit.
Consent is key. Right now, Oakley is probably not Oakley. I need you
probably-
guys to realize that because it's gonna hurt really bad. Cause I've said some things.
So, like, what are we talking? Like a few grams of ketamine, or like, what are you feeling?
You know what, Tommy, sweetheart, I will leave that all up to you.
Yeah, it's either this or we knock him out.
Or
And I don't really wanna do
tranquilizer.
that.
Yeah,
mean,
and I don't want to hurt Oakley. I just, we just got to get him home.
I mean,
and-
fentanyl is too much of a risk, so I
Correct.
think
No, we're not.
ketamine is
yeah.
probably the way to go. But fentanyl is an elephant tranquilizer. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't, but I'm glad I know now.
Yeah, it makes me think about how a lot of these drugs we probably shouldn't have fucked with.
Yeah, Tommy, is there any in the house right now?
Ketamine or fentanyl?
Either.
I don't do fentanyl, but I got ketamine.
So let's go with what we have.
Well, I got other stuff too. I mean, there's this one dude, I got his cousin into like Portland, and he dropped me off some opium, but I don't think we have enough time to smoke.
No.
No, Tommy, we don't. It's gonna.
Okay. Well,
I love you.
I mean,
I'm glad you're still here with all the.
Yeah.
Probably you, Jade, that's keeping
You know,
him alive.
Tommy, you know what we could fuck with?
What's that?
Get me a dress to make me look like a hooker.
You going to try it on for me, or like?
Sure, whatever will make you happy.
Hell yes. Okay, I can do that.
I mean, I think we all probably have to get some nice outfits for the evening since we're all going to this party.
They'll kick us out at the door apparently if we don't look nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
You say that, but I saw Yeezy roll up at one of these things in t-shirts and a jean once. So.
We're not
We're not easy.
easy, Tommy. We're
Nah, fuck that guy. He's such an asshole.
yeah. You know what, Tommy? Why don't you see if some of your friends that don't have that sort of like I'm gonna try to be nice about this. I need you to realize I'm trying to be nice about this. Put togetherness. Try and go in through the front at some point when we're trying to go in, because that definitely will piss off the Tory door.
Yeah, I'll invite a bunch of people at the skate park when I go to call them tomorrow, and I'll tell them to show up around the time we do the thing, you know?
Yeah.
Alright.
So, just so I'm clear on the plan, first step is to call Marcus, correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna call him from a payphone at the skate park. Because Vegas is one of those weird spots that still has payphones.
And it always will. So, Tommy, let's have that conversation very briefly.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ring up my contacts at the Venetian and just be like, hey, my big homie Marcus is staying there, and I need to get in touch with his room. Like, I don't know which room he's in. I'm sorry. I just need y'all to get me to him, if that be.
Do you have a last name, Tommy? Are you? Finish the question. Do you have a last name?
Nah,
I
not
text
that
in
you
all
need to
caps.
know.
Benetti.
Yeah, Benetti.
Give me a second.
Thanks.
There's a pause. And there's a connection. We've reached Marcus Benetti's room. It's not Marcus. You recognize the voice. It's Oakley.
Oh, hand the phone over to Marcus. I need to talk to him.
Tommy?
Yeah. Just hand the phone over to him. I need to talk to him.
It's a hesitation.
I got some art for him. He's gonna want it.
Give me a persuasion roll.
I would like to use my Empower perk since this ring is focused on persuasion. 3 and occult, which is 1, 2, 3. And I am assuming I am allowed to use my specialty dice in activating artifacts as my occult specialty.
Absolutely.
Our Shayla.
That is 5 successes where the difficulty is 4. So the bonus from the ring will go from 1 to 3. And then charisma plus persuasion. I'm assuming I can't use my beautiful bonus dice because we're on the telephone.
Correct.
Hold up. Oakley knows what Tommy looks like.
Oakley is enamored with somebody else currently. I'm so sorry.
That hurts
and,
the worst. That hurts the worst.
I do have a specialty in changing minds. Do I need to apply that?
Yes, certainly.
Okay. So with a pool of, I miscounted on our break, 17 dice. Let's give this a rep. Because
You guys can also take half.
Right?
If it aligns with what's your creed?
Greed.
Yes. So, what is your creed?
Greed.
Greed.
Yeah. I want what they got, and right now they got my girl, boy.
I think your greed is your drive. Your creed would be entrepreneurial, faithful, and
yeah.
inquisitive.
My bad. Underground.
This aligns stealth and subterfuge in service of the hunt.
So with that,
You can take.
Got my
half.
goy.
oh no, I'm rolling.
You don't have to do this.
Roll those dice.
Think about
They got your boo. They got your boo.
Think about it.
15 for that's a crit.
Completely unnecessary.
I
Yes,
like
it
the
was.
click clacks, but
They make my brain feel good.
Noted. There's a slight hesitation, and then you hear the phone shift. Hello?
what's going on, big homie? Where you been? What's kicking? What's bracket, bro? How you living?
Darling, your friend is, who is this?
My name's Tommy. What's up? You're Marcus.
Yes.
I got something you want. You got something I want. You want to meet up? Heard you got a party going on the Valentines Day, man. I'd appreciate your invite so we could hook up.
Who is this?
Your worst fucking nightmare, bud. Nah, for real though. I just heard that in a movie once and I thought it was hard as fuck and I wanted to say it. But nah, for real, I got some shit that you want. I bet your boys
What could
already
it
got back
possibly
to you
have
and
that I
told
want?
you about it. Well, I bet you heard from your boys that there was a little rough and tumble on the street last night. They saw a ring. Now look,
Go
I
on.
heard that you're something like a collector, I guess.
There's a chuckle. And maybe it's your imagination, but you can almost see his hand on Oakley's cheek as he says, "You could say this."
I got papers in Providence and shit that's think this ring used to belong to one of your people back in the day, you know? It belonged to a Slavic god. It's a pretty heavy piece.
Well, that'd be interesting in taking a view.
No, you wouldn't. You're too hungry for that. You like more. I can tell it's in your voice. You're not content with just a taste. You want the whole fucking cake.
And you would make me wait for Valentine's Day,
Hey,
our
man,
special day.
what a
There's that
better day
food
to
again.
get a... What a better day to get a gift.
What do you want?
I guess you're just gonna have to hang tight and savor the anticipation, Chapo.
The line goes quiet. And you know this type of quiet. It's someone who's muted themselves. There's no air, there's no breathing, there's no messiness of the fingers. There's a conversation being had.
Offer goes off the table in 1 minute, big dog.
Just pause. And then
40 seconds.
$20.
You're running out of time, big dog. You'd look real shitty in front of your visitor from out of town without a gift to give him.
10, and then the line unmutes. To whom should I make the invitation out?
Just Tommy.
I look forward to meeting you, Tommy.
I look forward to meeting you too, big dog. Could be a start of something real good for you.
I have a distinct feeling that it will be. I'll see you
Better
soon.
be. I'll forward him. And I'll hang up
Darling.
the phone.
You hang up.
Yo, I'ma fuck that dude up so hard.
Just call Primogen Big Dog.
Yeah, no, he's a fucking bitch. He just
I know
barks-
that. You know that. He probably knows it, but refuses to admit it.
He just barks real loud, man. I had a lot of dogs, and the ones that bark the loudest are the most scared.
Because he's got his own dog that actually bites. probably.
No, man, I wouldn't worry about it.
I can't believe Oakley just picked up and they didn't say anything to you. They just
Nah,
handed it over.
they sounded pretty zoinked.
I hope it's not too. You know what? I'm not gonna think about it.
I mean, worst case scenario, I got a homie. He runs a rehab. Detoxing off whatever they're giving them is probably not as bad or maybe worse than some of the other stuff I've seen people get clean on, you know?
Worst case scenario, we all gotta go to that rehab, man. We gotta probably skip town after this for a little while.
We'll go on that vacation we always talked about.
Tijuana's real nice.
I bought a place in Boca a few years ago.
Florida, really?
I mean, it's not the best, but you can get a boat from there to anywhere, you know?
Cuba's nice.
We'll go to Cuba.
They got good
So-
weed.
With the plan laid in motion, let me make sure I have this squared away. Tommy's gonna go in, speak to Marcus, and the rest of you are gonna infiltrate in other various ways. Raina, you are going in as an escort.
Correct.
Jade, Chloe, how do you plan on getting in?
Probably no, Jade would probably pretend to be one of the security. Maybe someone hasn't heard yet.
Man, am I just the normie attendee? I'm just the one that's waiting in line to get into the club while all of you have your various disguises.
I mean, I could
one
get
waiting
you
in
in
line.
through the gondolas. That'd be
That's
like, I got people for that. I could probably get Jade in that way too. And then I could bring Reina as my +1.
No, because if they know that we're together, they won't. Like, if they think that I'm not with you, it's gonna be like getting the drop on them.
I think it's best we all
Oh, okay.
pretend we don't know each other. Use
They
the
think you're working
acronyms.
alone.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Get
Y'all are
wherever.
gonna see a side of me that ain't pretty, and I'm real sorry about that.
I like Jade's idea of going in as the security. We have security escort. You have the meeting. I'm okay with just going in normally and just keeping an eye on everything. I'm pretty observant. That's usually my specialty anyway.
And then we'll converge at the location you're at. Just make sure you turn on your phone so we know where you're at.
Yeah, put the location thingy on, and the where it vibrates in case like something bad yeah, okay.
I mean, we've all. Who's got my AirTag info?
That would be me.
Okay, well then you know where I'm at.
Have we both been tracking Tommy? We could have consolidated that. That would have been way easier.
I mean, it's always good to have a little extra, just in case.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
as
go
scared
for
he's
a
gonna
walk.
I'm just scared he's gonna wander out into the desert like on ayahuasca one day.
Yeah, same. That was the actual
Yeah.
concern.
I bail on a New Year's Eve party one time to take a walk, and now
We found you 3 days later, Tommy.
We just
It was a-
lost a partner.
Yep.
Okay, so anything can happen. We didn't lose them fully, but I'm saying anything like this can happen.
And speaking of
I
a
didn't think-
lost partner. Go ahead, please.
I was gonna say I'm gonna need a wig because that partner might have given our photos to Marcus.
It's a good train of
Pretty
thought to have.
much everything.
But speaking of a lost partner, as you guys make this plan and set out all the things needed to make this operate smoothly, Arson is there with you, planning alongside, coordinating, getting the footage, seeing where these canals lead. You can see the recreation of St. Mark's Square, the recreation of the Rialto Bridge. the meeting spot will likely be St. Mark's Square. The day of, Arson is nowhere to be found. Didn't say anything about leaving. Didn't say anything about going there early or getting a better vantage point. Arson is gone.
Should have put the air tag on arson.
We should, yeah.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say because I thought it'd be in bad taste, but yeah.
They would have rerouted the air tag even if we put one on them.
It's true.
We just gotta do the damn thing, I think.
Yeah,
One
Stick to the plan.
partner problem at a time. We'll figure that out.
This will raise and I believe max out your danger and your desperation.
Sweating.
I don't want it.
What if it didn't?
Yeah.
Well,
What if you leave Brittany alone?
can't.
Just saying.
Well, if we're gonna show up at like different times or whatnot, I'll take my car. At least one of us should take a cab. Probably the rest of you should take cabs, if I'm being real.
Okay,
Okay.
show up separately, different times. Oh man, we're splitting the cell. This is dangerous. I'm scared.
I'm showing up with the escort service.
We'll get you Uber Black, pull up. People think you're really desired. Which you are. I need you to know this.
Thank you.
Do we wanna, I mean, never mind, we don't have time. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna show up a little early, do the thing, I guess. Pick my suit up from the tailor and change on the way, I guess.
You want a suit?
I would like everyone to make me very separate roles, as you are all infiltrating in very different ways. I will leave it to your narrative and how you want to accomplish this. So, in a very real sense, you have a lot of freedom here for your skill and attribute or your perk. Let me know how you're doing this. We'll
I
start.
would like to argue charisma subterfuge, if that would be okay.
Absolutely.
I would also like to argue charisma subterfuge with my bluff specialty that I am part of this escort service.
I think that is very apt, by all means.
So, with it going in with the security, part of me wants to say strength and intimidation. Just start pushing people in the crowd, being like, hey, get back. No, you're not invited. And like, just strong arm my way into being one of the security
Just
people.
meld. I love that. I like it. Let's do that.
I don't know if the security is supernatural, so I don't know if I should use my desperation.
Yes. I was gonna try to be cheeky about it, but yes, you should probably use that.
Can I also use my desperation since I'm a strong army
You
in that way?
absolutely may.
Okay, so that's 5.
Let me know if there's any ones. On your desperation die. Chloe, you have something I see you pondering.
Yes, I think I'm going to try to blend with the crowd at this event. So I'm gonna do stealth. Some method of stealth here. Maybe stealth, dexterity stealth, or even maybe charisma stealth. Just because I'm trying to be part of the crowd and not really stand out.
Understood.
It's just ones, right? Like, there's no such thing as like a messy crit on the desperation dice,
No,
right?
no, just the
Correct?
ones.
Okay, cool.
You look panicked.
I was panicked for a second.
I see a lot of different faces here. Let's start. Tommy, what you got for me?
8 successes, 4 of it being a crit.
Excellent. Now, for all of you, I'm going to give you guys narrative control of where you position yourselves, where you end up at. But I would like to know, the party is going to take place on Tau Beach, on that rooftop sort of pool area. The meeting place is going to be St. Mark's Square, which is separate and kind of guided by canal. Do you even bother with with Tau Beach? Or do you go straight to St. Mark's and set up shop?
I feel
the answer
like
can be different for all of you.
some of us should definitely go to St. Mark's. Like, that's really where we need to be. I'm like, do we even need to be at the party in case shit hits the fan? I could maybe stay at the party since I'm like going in as an attendee. Unless, and you guys go to St. Mark's.
I'm going to make I'm going wherever Tommy's going so I can repel some mindfuckery.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Tommy is gonna go and set up early at St. Mark's. He needs to be seen. He needs to let them think that they've got him at a disadvantage.
Understood. Tommy heading to St. Mark's, so we'll cycle around and with your successes. Is it 8 successes, Tommy? Take some narrative control. How do you set up at St. Mark's?
I mean, I think he's just kind of doing his usual thing. He's found a spot to post up, and he's just talking to like servers and whoever's coming by, like making pleasant conversation. Just nothing too much of anything, really. Just kind of vibing, keeping an eye out, normal shit, type shit.
Understood. Rena.
I got 6 successes, and there is one on the desperation die.
This triggers an overreach. Or, if you so choose, you can choose to fall into despair. Now, to give you a verbatim block from the book to let you know what these things do. For each one of the desperation, this is for overreach. For each one of the desperation dice, increase danger by 1. You guys are at max danger. The hunters in some way revealed themselves and their cell to the quarry in a manner consistent with their drive. The test is still considered a win, but the long-term consequences are potentially disastrous for the cell as a whole. Now, because you guys are at max danger, there is going to be an overflow. What that means, well, the book allows me to keep it a secret. And I will absolutely do so. Now, if you choose to fall into despair, verbatim, the test fails no matter the amount of successes rolled, and the hunter enters a state of despair in which they are unable to call upon their drive to use desperation dice until they redeem themselves in their own eyes. Each drive has a different condition for redemption, and the condition doesn't have to be met by any specific individual in the cell. It can be treated as a group effort. What is your drive?
I am a pride drive. So I would need to best my quarry in some type of challenge, whether it be directly or indirectly.
Indeed. So your choice, overreach or despair?
What are we thinking, guys? We want to make it spicy?
I'm looking at the time, and we could make it spicy.
Let's make it spicy. It's Valentine's Day. Let's make it spicy.
Yeah.
So
Overreach.
Oh shit.
Take narrative control, and where would you like to be? St. Mark's or the party itself?
I'll be going to St. Mark's because I gotta keep an eye on Tommy. So I will be doing the typical escort stuff, flirting with the people that look like they have money, and just walking around, just making myself available.
Understood. As for the overreach, that'll be narrated very shortly. Chloe.
I rolled. Oh my god, I just was messing with my dice and I forgot. I think I rolled 3 successes for just being at the party and blending in. I'm kind of just keeping an eye out. If shit hits the fan for them, I am going to try to do something here to maybe create a distraction, and I'm just going to keep an eye out in case shit hits the fan at the party. I can let them know. So I'm just kind of enjoying the party and keeping an eye out for things.
Understood. No ones that I should know about?
No. Thankfully.
Excellent. And then finally, Jade.
Jade has made sure that all the weapons were shipped in and are somewhere in like the off-kitchen storage. She gets dressed in her old like work attire, like blending in with the security that she knows is going to be there, and probably would go early just to scope everything out and go around like the immediate area, just checking to make sure of what's happening. Made sure that everybody has their tactical earpiece, and
Understood.
making sure locations are on for everybody, so we can make sure we have a general vicinity. And
Understood.
then it's gonna go to the back, and once again strong arm her way in. Like, hey, where the dolls at? Like, everybody's supposed to be here already set up, and why isn't everything taken care of?
They're set up. They're right there. I mean, there are a few still changing.
You think this is enough? You know what's going down tonight.
Yeah, but it's not like the whole fucking council's gonna be here.
They might as well be.
They're split.
Are you fucking kidding? Yeah, and it's good. They're gonna be down to between. You know, boss is gonna make a scene. Come on.
Stop yelling at me. I don't work well in this type of environment. I'll take care of it.
Get
Why
better.
are you yelling?
Ben.
This individual, through maybe some like watery eyes, begins to kind of make calls over the radio.
That would be 8 successes.
Noted. So, for Jade, I'd like to know, where do you, because you've scoped out essentially St. Mark's and the Tau Beach. Where would you like to be at near the end of it all? Not the end of it all, but the beginning of it all. Party is going to start at Tau Beach, and then the meeting will take place very shortly after the beginning of the party.
The Tau Beach, because if Oakley's down there, like, just running around, Jade's gonna make sure to grab Oakley and then text the group, but it's very unlikely. Also, I have the stuff on me from Tommy. I think Jade would have made sure everybody had a dose just in case.
Noted. Those of you guys at the party, you guys see the kickoff. It's opulent. It is ostentatious. Lit up like a Christmas tree, and there's no sign of Marcus. Not at the start. People are let in. Blood dolls are drifting in and out of the pools. People are feeding freely. Now, I'll remind you all, this is an outdoor affair, and this is sandwiched between the Palazzo and the Venetian. Anyone looking outside can see the displays going on here. This is for Jade, you would know, this is a huge masquerade breach. These roses don't seem to care.
Capturing photos for later.
Noted. There is a tantric feeling throughout. It is live electricity running through this place, and people are mingling, making deals. Joking, almost like people. Almost. Marcus takes to stage, maybe 10 minutes after the start. Bids all his friends welcome. Now with your earbuds, you guys can all keep in contact. It's a big night for Marcus, it seems. There's no microphone or anything. Everyone seems to quiet down when he takes stage. But you gather from what he's telling this big speech. It's a big night. The prince has denied him the right to procreate for years. But tonight, as the Justicar comes to the city, and he is guaranteed to win favor, tonight he will have a child. This is their birthday. And the theme of eternal love, love transcending time, this will be the song that beats throughout their own lives. They bring Oakley out on stage. And you haven't seen Oakley in weeks. And Oakley's never looked so good. There is an immaculate feeling, and the makeup is perfect. There is a classy, sort of elegant amount of body glitter on the exposed chest. There is almost like rhinestones that look to be either stuck or glued. These are, you can tell a difference between rhinestones and actual gems embedded across the eyes, maybe sort of glued or some sort of adhesive. Their hair has been styled. They wear a deep red, almost sort of a robe. Gorgeous. This palace of roses loses their minds. Marcus makes another announcement. But not just a night for him. Another. Points to some other seemingly random toreador in the crowd. Says, you have also been denied progeny. And this I grant you as my first decree as future prince of Las Vegas. And they reveal Arson. Similarly gorgeous. Similarly opulent. But not till the end of the night, as there will be more prizes to be won. Now drink, share, enjoy in the opulence that will be Marcus's reign. And they dip Oakley. And they kiss deeply. Those of you that are positioned at the party are witness to all of this. So I turn it over to you guys for a brief narration about what you guys pass along to one another.
So Jay's gonna be like, yeah, no, everything's going good. found the individual we were looking for. Both of them.
They have arson, also. And they're planning to bring them both into their fold by the end of the night.
We each got a hit, right?
Yeah.
You two need to grab Arson. We can grab Oakley. We're gonna need to do this fast. Probably get out through the sub-basements and onto the gondolas. And we can dip from out here. There's enough ways around. It should be good. We're just gonna have to take this slow and till we can't anymore, you know?
Also, party's going rather well. Everybody seems to be having a good time. Make sure that everybody's footage is confiscated. Like, Jade's pretend to be security, so it's all coded. It's Chloe, get the pictures, Chloe, get the pictures, Chloe, get the pictures.
As Reyna, you are sort of on ground floor, disguised as an escort. There is attention paid to you. How do you handle that?
I would probably activate my sense the unnatural to determine, so that way I can safely determine which ones are and aren't vampires.
Understood. Easy enough.
So I'd have to roll my wits and occults. Man. Oh no, this is a lot of desperation. I don't like those.
You guys can take half. It's okay.
Okay, hang on. This is 6. 7 plus 6 is 13 dice, so taking half is
6
successes.
Easy enough.
And I have precision, so I can determine exactly who is what.
Perfect. Yeah, you're able to kind of weave in and out and make sure that you're kept safe.
I would keep the attentions of the ones who are flirty that are human, or at least not pinging. Just so that way it looks like I am still doing my job, but like adhering to whatever the hell this masquerade is, and like I don't know anything.
One pings off for you in particular right now. Dark-skinned, bald, incredibly tall and well put together, deep blue suit, black undershirt with a black tie, shoes to match the suit. He approaches and doesn't seem to ping off any. He pings off, you can tell he's a vampire right away, but he doesn't give the same predatory nature. He doesn't give you don't feel hunted or like a piece of meat. He approaches and lights a cigarette standing next to you rather than talking directly to you. It says, "Fine night."
Yeah, hell of a party.
Not really my scene.
Oh, why are you here?
Take an interest in the second place prize.
Really? That? I mean, I think he could do better.
You think so?
Why not? There's better looking people out here.
He looks around. Look, I'm gonna be very blunt with you. You need to get to your friends. Now.
Who are you?
You can call me Key.
Upstairs.
I can clear a path for you, but I need you and your friends to handle this as soon as possible. Me and Mom
Can I do a
will take
wits
care of
and-
what's here.
Can I do a wits and insight on them?
Absolutely.
See if they're being sincere.
Did you say key?
I heard that too. Does my motive specialty fit in here?
What is your motive specialty?
It's for insight motive.
Oh, yes, please, please, please.
Two, three, 4, 5, 6 successes, no crit.
You gather he's being sincere. You gather he's being urgent. He's not Toreador. You can already see he's unimpressed with everything else around him. He doesn't seem to be enjoying himself like the rest.
We'll make it quick.
Quiet.
Guys, we need to... We'll make it
If
quick, we'll make it quiet.
Possible.
As quiet as we can be. And she'll start heading up to the second floor. Guys, we need to make this quick. Something's going down.
I'll escort you.
I already got that covered.
All I meant is cover. Nice and quiet. Just walking you guys out.
I'll get Oakley from this guy. Don't worry, don't trip. I can handle it.
For you, Jane,
I'm-
in the camera room, positioned a little bit strangely, so it's difficult to tell. 1, footage will not be recorded tonight. 2, difficult to really get a bead on Reyna and this individual. He's not showing up at all on screen. But even when Reyna walks away, you can see where she was departing. He's not there.
Reyna, please be careful.
They don't like what's going on either. They're
Like
gonna
the
clear a path.
The situation needs to be Oakley and Austin and out. That's it. It's
Okay, you and... Jade, you and Chloe get Arson. I will help Tommy with Oakley. Stick to the plan.
copy. Yeah. And I will kind of take and do the, security guard escort thing with, ma'am, if you'll come with me.
Yes, of course.
You can do this. Now, for you, Tommy. Enough time has passed that Marcus is making his way, and those of you with cameras and bird's eye views in this scenario would see that Marcus is making his way via gondola to St. Mark's Square with Oakley.
Dang, Tommy, I'll just hit the earpiece real quick. Marcus is almost here with us. Did he get an eye on arson, or what are we doing?
We're on our way to arson.
Alright then.
I've got my eye on you.
I'll be alright.
Had my eye on you. Now it's a little bit fuzzy, but we're heading towards arson.
And I'm gonna just text everybody in our group chat, like, the schematics of this place and, like, I think maybe during my research I also looked for, like, the underground areas of the hotel, like, in case we need to, like, get out of here and be unseen. Like, ways, like, secret, like, exits down below and things like if there's any, like, watch, there's, like, nothing under the hotel. There's no, like, but any
definitely...
like, secret exits kind of thing.
Absolutely, yes. The Venetian is a hotel that has a lot of, again, they've recreated the Grand Canal, and with that comes service entrances and service exits in regards to the gondolas, where they can be serviced and where they can be corrected and maintained. Alongside that, there are rumors that the canals can lead to secret spaces that are VIP and available only to the ultra-rich, things like that. So there are spots on the schematics that don't exactly line up, and you can draw your own conclusions with that.
I do think really quickly, in the last few moments Tommy has before the gondola rolls up, he's gonna get 6 tickets to Rio, and have those hanging in his phone, and have the confirmation email sent to Chloe.
Noted. Chloe, I'll leave it up to you whether or not you decide to check your email in this incredibly tense mission, but whenever you do, that'll be there. So, as movement happens, who is staying to go for arson, and who is going after Oakley?
Oakley.
I think Jade and I are team arson.
Mm-hmm. Jade is definitely team arson.
Understood. So, we're gonna deal with I'm gonna go with Team Oakley first. As Marcus and Oakley make their way via gondola, Tommy and I believe, Renee, you said Oakley or arson?
Oakley, yeah.
Excellent. So we've got Team Oakley. Now, Marcus is maybe a bit of a romantic. He doesn't have a gondolier pushing this boat along. Oakley is lounging at the front as Marcus, using the pole, pushes this boat. Lovingly staring at your partner. They dock and step up, holding a hand out for Oakley. And they make their way to the center of the square.
Tommy will make no bones about approaching.
I would like to get within, try to get within 2 meters. So that way they're within, so that way, Tommy is within my ward range.
Noted.
And then I do have to roll for it. I will roll for that while you could.
Please. Mr. Tommy, I presume?
Yeah, dap me up, big homie. I'll hold his hand out.
does not touch you.
Be like that, I guess.
What have you brought for me?
He'll take his hand out of his pocket and show the ring.
Is there a roll that needs to be made by him?
As it reads, I do not believe so. This artifact is sought after by any number of supernatural parties. It can be used as bait and provides a 2 dice bonus to any ambush attempt as a prey becomes blinded by their desire to possess it. So it
Noted.
does not. No roll required, really.
It's amazing how quick this works. And you've seen this happen before, but in an instant, Tommy. Maybe it's the rose aspect of this. Maybe it's just who Marcus is, but he lets go of Oakley's hand and is enamored. Where did you find this?
Would you believe me if I told you that my great grandfather cut it off the hand of some fucking dude back in the war?
No. Name your price.
Really quickly, I would like to roll to get the empower bonus to my persuasion.
Sure. And
So
then
that
I'll have
is-
the result of your roll, Reyna.
9 successes to Ward, myself, and Tommy.
Noted.
No desperation here because it is not stealth or subterfuge.
Also, I have recognition, so if Marcus uses anything, I will receive hints on the function and limitations of their ability.
6 successes, 4 of which being a crit.
Understood.
So my persuasion bonus will go from 1 to 3. And I would like to roll charisma and persuasion with changing his mind, in fact, but I'll leave that for after the verbiage. Tommy looks at him. I want everything in your wallet, and I want the girl too.
There is an ability activated here, Reyna. It pushes against your ward. And you can almost peer through it. He's gorgeous. He's captivating. And he's becoming more so, but you feel nothing. Well, to say that is to discredit your own emotions in this moment. Maybe you feel rage. Maybe you feel hatred. But you certainly don't feel enamored. And he activates this and he says to you, Tommy, you want me to have this. Desperately, I think. He holds his hand out.
I got 13 successes on my persuasion check, 8 of which being crits. And Tommy says, "Nah, I don't think I do, big homie. I think your reach overextends your grasp."
If there wasn't this artifact, there would certainly be questions. There's a flicker of confusion. He looks at Oakley.
I heard this ring got made by some kind of wizard back in the day. A wizard so powerful he made himself a god, pretty much. And you're really trying to fucking dick around about it?
Your words sully this moment. Take them and go. Holds his hand out for the ring. Oakley looks hurt.
I'll
Broken.
reach out and I'll take Oakley's hand. And I need to preface this with I understand the level of difficulty that I'm going into here. I say, actually, bro, I don't think you really want this thing that much at all. I think you really just want to fuck off and leave me alone. You never really wanted Oakley that bad. And with my desperation dice, I will try and change his mind again.
Go ahead and give me that roll. While you do that, we're going to cut over to Team Arson. Arson is now mingling with its new... to be, like, not betrothed. That's not the word. The father? Brother?
Future murderer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we need a distraction, but not something super dangerous. So, you know what? It's time for a celebration. This is a party. I'm gonna try to use my entrepreneurial creed to be a little what's the word? Inventing in this, and I want to see if I can find like fireworks or something. This is like a rooftop party, and like set off like a shit ton of fireworks as just like a ooh ah. And maybe even some kids might be like, what the fuck, and get a little scared. But I just want to create like an eye-catching distraction.
I will not even require a roll for wits and awareness for this. As you had already kind of scoped out the area, there are pyrotechnics prepared for this party, or maybe for the rooftop daylight stuff, but they're there. That's the point.
I'm gonna head over to that area. I have on me like a lighter, and I'm gonna try to subtly do this, but start like setting off. Like they probably had a time they were gonna do this. I'm gonna try to prematurely set off these fireworks.
Absolutely. Jade, you look like you have something.
Jade. Basically, everything that we have has like the same perks and stuff. So would the bonuses work for the lighter?
I'll allow it.
Oh yeah. Okay. 6, so that's a +3.
+3. Okay.
Because I have exotics. It's a fancy ass lighter from way back in the day.
Okay, got it. Okay. All right.
And I'm also just standing by because as soon as it goes off, I'm gonna grab Arson and run. In the, because we have to protect the precious new childer to be.
Yes, I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go set these off. Should I roll for this? I am trying to be stealthy. So I'm gonna do like just a dex stealth for this.
Understood.
And can I add desperation, as this is being
What is
somewhat my creed is entrepreneurial, which is usually like doing something.
You have no idea why, but abso-fucking-lutely.
Let's go. All right. Okay. Man, I need more dice. All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
You do this. To great effect. Something was wrong. And within a moment, you recognize something has gone terribly wrong, or terribly right, as these fireworks, they go off, and lights fill the air, but there's something wrong. A trail of fire leads from the fireworks, where they're all set up, a line into the pool that bursts into flame. There are kindred. There are, unfortunately, people. And the trail doesn't end there. Connection, a weaving network of flame, moves, cutting off the rooftop view into a wall of flame. There is one exit. I would like Jade, Chloe, I would like you both to make dex and athletics rolls before the flame reaches the exit, as there are going to be a ton of frenzied Toreador.
Can I use desperation dice since this is a physical contest
Oh,
and also
absolutely.
help Chloe
Let's go.
get out? Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yes, yes.
5 desperation dice. And dex athletics?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
I'm
Hold
gonna
on to
spend a
those
willpower.
rolls for me as we cut back over to Team Oakley. Result of your roll, Tommy.
12 successes, no crits.
And this is to convince Marcus to...
To just fuck off.
Based on your own artifact, you can't.
He does become blinded by the want to possess it. Yes.
Okay. I will have a prize tonight. Whether there is bloodshed is up to you.
Yeah, bro, I think you will have a prize. And I'll pull the gun out of my jacket and blast him in the face.
Firearms. I think dexterity is pretty apt here. Remember when you guys were asked to do this quietly?
I was going to ask if I could sneak up to stab him.
You absolutely can. He's in
I
the
don't
middle of...
want to if there's a gun in play. We gotta run.
I need you to understand gondola poles are 10 feet plus.
It's a big stake.
It's a big stake.
You
It's
can.
right
I'll,
there.
I'll allow. While the gun is going off, you can make your way to the gondola pole, and then next turn, essentially, you can do a called shot and try to stake him if you so choose. The result of your roll, Tommy.
3 successes on 3 dice.
Did you remember the bonus for our team?
Oh yeah, we get bonus because it's your guns. What's the bonus?
Yeah, 3.
Okay. 3 to 7, 8.
Cool. With a roused. With a roused check.
Aroused. Hold on. Whoa, you gotta sweet talk me first, big
Oh my
boy.
god.
Valentine's Day.
With a blood surge, rousing the blood, as well as a willpower reroll. 1 success. So
He was not expecting that.
that's rough. Marcus will take this shot directly to the face. Rena, you may run over, grab the gondola pole. As well, Tommy, I believe you grabbed Oakley, kind of putting yourself
Yeah.
between. Okay. Next turn, Rena, you are. What is the radius of your ward?
2 meters, so 6 feet.
Tommy would be just out of range. So there is going to be a power active. And Tommy, I will need you to make a roll. Where are you?
Is it ah?
This is Daunt.
Oh. I think it is still resolve composure because Daunt uses the same.
Look,
Composure and
Principle
as
is off.
someone who has rolled
Oh, it's
many
composure and
failed successes, it's composure. Yep. So many
you.
fails. So many failures. It's fine.
6 successes, 4 which we crit.
5 successes.
Oof.
They become horrifying as they lurch back, ready to tear you to shreds. Reyna, you would like to make that call check?
Is he aware of me?
No, not
So this is an ambush. Excellent. Difficulty of
two
1.
dice. And you get 2 dice bonus from the ring.
And wait, didn't I get something from Chloe from the library?
Oh, I'm trying to remember from the research.
Yeah, like because you pointed
Bonus
out
to
that
wound. Yeah.
this is technically
Oh.
wound. What's your bonus?
I think it's just 1.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just 1.
It's still more dice that I desperately need
This
because
is
my
true.
strength was 1. 8 successes. You know what? Hang on. I'm gonna crit fish. I'm gonna try to crit fish.
Our new term for the evening.
Okay, I didn't crit fish, but now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 successes. To stake him.
driving the stake, well, a gondola pole through his heart. Pre-planning for this, Marcus has a very unfortunate bane, or a very unfortunate flaw, and bursts to an explosion of blood and viscera. We cut over from Team Oakley, back very quickly over to Team Arson. Results of your rolls.
I counted, and then that happened. 1, 2, 3, 5 successes.
6 successes.
You rush through the doors, Arson in tow. It's a bloodbath as the flames take the door. How you guys get out of this is not terribly important. The important thing is you're out. You have your partners. And in the coming nights, it will be hard. Oakley will yearn. Oakley will suffer. But they're safe. And there is truly the power of love displayed here today. Let's hope that as Reyna, you receive a text message in the coming nights. Simply reading, Key. Good show. Thanks for taking the competition.
Get fucked.
And we'll see, maybe, in the future where all of this goes in Las Vegas. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. As far as epilogues, there are stories to be told. But, that being said, I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you all so much for being here, and thank you all so much for watching. We will see you guys next time. Same place. Same hunters. See you then.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Hey everyone. We at Rolling Nomads know how awful it is out in the world right now, and we hope that this one-shot provided some sort of levity or a nice distraction, however briefly, from the real-life horrors occurring out in the world. Admittedly, it's difficult to continue creating amidst all the insanity going on right now. But someone did recently say, creating in the face of hate and despair is an act of defiance. So rest assured, we're not going anywhere. We want to take this time to acknowledge the hardships that we as a community and a nation are going through, to let you know that we're with you. As a person very proud of his Mexican heritage, a U.S. citizen, and someone who lives very near the Mexican-U.S. border, life is kind of scary right now. With all this being said, I want to take the time to tell everyone who shares the same fears as I do, estar seguro. Estar fuerte, pero estar seguro. Viva México. Viva los inmigrantes. Buenas noches.